bringing together political party chairmen, affected candidates, LASIEC representatives, electoral observers, security officials, and more. So joining us now is one of the co-hosts of Inside Lagos Politics, Felicity.
Hi, Felicity. Good
Hello,
morning.
everyone in the studio.
Good morning.
Good morning, Felicity.
Good morning.
Let's start with the big picture. Why was it important to convene this second chapter of the dialogue now? This is just coming weeks after the controversial Lagos LGA elections.
You actually said it all in your introduction. This is basically a post-mortem of the events that went down, the processes, the lapses, the irregularities, the wins as well, the things that they did well. This is basically a dialogue. What New Central does is to push conversation that promotes our democracy. This will be the second chapter, second edition, if you like, of the chairman's dialogue inside Lagos politics, and the focus is the fallout of the just concluded local government elections.
All right, I can see the hall through the corner of my eye. That means you're just, getting ready to start or welcoming some of the invited guests. So what are the kind of conversation that will be, most likely be having with some of the stakeholders who will be in attendance today?
Okay, so we will be speaking with party chairman, local government chairman, councillors, LASIEC representatives. The conversation is a review of the processes that led to the emergence of local government chairmen and councillors. How was it? What was their experience in the course of, vying for these positions? What did they think of LASIEC's preparedness? Were there concerns about rigging? Were they adequately represented in the ballot? These are questions we will be asking. And of course, at the end of the day, the purpose is to push for regularization, reviewing our electoral processes and what needs to be changed, what needs to be better if we are to promote our democracy like New Central focuses on.
All right, Felicity, speaking of LASIEC, officials, we hear that some of them would be in attendance. How do you ensure a balanced conversation that allows them to respond and also holds them accountable?
So that is why this platform is very unique. It is a live broadcast. There is no censorship. You are allowed to express your concerns in very moderate language, of course, because we are all moderate human beings, not people who don't have culture. So we'll express our concerns about the process. That is what will be happening here. And sometimes there are misunderstandings. LASIEC might have done their part, but the information might not have gotten to the people, the voters, and the candidates in the process. So this is a platform for them to also correct impressions, clarify distortions, and also answer questions from participants in the process, whether they are happy with what has gone down or places or areas that they can improve on. So it is a dialogue like we have tagged it here. The purpose is to promote accountability and, of course, our democracy in the process.
All right, Feli, what's New Central role in this, and what kind of democratic responsibility do you think the media carries during moments like this?
Very important question. New Central is an unbiased participant here. We're providing a platform to push for the conversations that engineer change. We are a broadcast outfit, and this is unpaid, sponsored responsibility that New Central has taken to continue to push the fact that we are unbiased, we're professional, we provide a platform for people to express themselves in the hope that relevant authorities will listen and take decisions that will just, even if it's just a push in the needle in our democracy, we have achieved our purpose.
Thank you, Felicity. This is the second edition, so I imagine that there is some merit from the first one that did happen. What would you consider a successful outcome from this dialogue? Is there a roadmap for reform, or is this just more about truth-telling and public record?
Base of your question, if you could repeat the beginning.
Okay. Is this more about truth-telling and public record, or is there a roadmap for reform? And what would you consider a successful outcome from this dialogue?
For the participants to express how fulfilled they are with the process we are going to engage in on today. The first time we had this dialogue, we asked the chairman, and they said there's never been such a platform where they're able to express their concerns, their observation of the process. So at the end of the day, if we are able to have a conversation around what happened with the local government elections that happened on the 12th, and how they felt about the process. Did they feel that they were rightly represented? Did they feel that the process was free and fair or marred? You know, if these issues are put, if you go on YouTube, for instance, you will find the entire conversation from about 3 months ago when we engaged with the chairman. So these are public records that our policymakers, our government, and people who are into research can take and listen to and say, okay, these are the lapses we've observed in the election. We need to fix it. How do we do it? And that the participants will be doing today, proffering solutions on how we can fix challenges that were noticed in the election. So it's a win-win for everyone, for the government, for the people who are here, for the viewers who will be joining us at home. It's important I also mention that if you're watching us, wherever you are watching us, you don't have to be here physically, but you can participate by sending in your questions on all the platforms using the hashtag #InsideLagosPolitics or Inside Lagos Politics. That is the hashtag for this conversation. So you can use that to share your observation, ask questions of the people who will be here. Like I said, we have representatives from LASIEC, party chairmen, candidates, observers in the process. I'm talking about CSOs and non-governmental organizations. And talking about that, we have someone who is, or we have participants. But there's someone I'd like to speak with quickly to share his thoughts on his expectation from today. So it's not just from me. Toluwanimi Alimso, he's the cohort, I beg your pardon, manager, Electoral College, Nigeria. Please come. Thank you so much for agreeing to speak before the main show. So what are you expecting from today's conversation?
Well, as it is, actually, we've been having town meetings, and we are always looking forward to, okay, are they listening? Are they hearing us? Are they pitching into whatever it is we're saying? So right about now, I'm hopeful that this one is going to be heard. They're going to listen, and then they're going to actually take practical steps to, militating against any other activity of such in the country, elsewhere.
Yeah, it is indeed a process. And we're taking the steps that are needed.
So basically, I mean, town hall meetings happen, like I actually told one of your staff. But question is, question is, are we taking more steps? I mean, we need to be able to move from town hall meetings to proactive engagement, where we actually see what, the response to whatever it is that's been said at the town hall meeting in real life. For instance, Electoral College does what we do. We do what we do in response to lots of the town hall meetings. We keep engaging the people.
So that is the goal, to provide the data for further research.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We'll be having more conversations. I'm sure we'll be having more conversations with him and others that will be here today. And, I mean, from what he's saying, we are providing the needed data to change the narrative of irregularities, rigging, snatching of ballot boxes. I mean, where we were 10 years ago and where we are with that matter, there's been a marked improvement. So, yes, a lot is expected from today's conversation.
Wow,
And if you're watching, I urge you to stay with us.
Thank you very much, Felicity, for giving us a taste of what is to come. We'll be looking forward to, the town hall proper when the time is right. We hope you have an amazing town hall
And productive
meeting.
one.
And productive one, yes.